Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Offside Opinions podcast. I'm Ashrin Yotia.
And I'm Levi Na.
And it has been, what,
been way
one,
too
two, three, about 4 weeks
5,
or so?
I think.
Let's jump in. The NFL playoffs have started, divisional round. We might not talk that much about the wild card round or week 18 or week 17, but let's dive right in with the divisional round. First game, Saturday, 3 p.m. was Bills-Broncos.
Broncos won 33-20.
Yeah, look, for the Bills, they deserve to lose, right? I think that's kind of obvious. 5 turnovers with Josh Allen contributing to 4 of them is, let's just say, less than ideal.
Yeah, I mean, some of those interceptions, specifically the Brandon Cooks one, just could have gone either way. I think what it comes down to is that fumble before half. I mean, when the game's decided by 3 points and you just gift them a field goal going into going into halftime, just head scratching. I mean, the fact that he even ran for that when they had no timeouts and only a couple seconds left was, first off, just that was baffling. And then he just did this weird lateral thing.
Well, no, the running idea was right. I mean, there's a possibility, that he might get to the 45, and then you have a chance to run one more play and maybe get the field goal.
Well,
right?
I think that even if he'd done that, they would have only had a chance to take an end zone shot. There's no way they were going to get a field goal.
But even that, I mean, ball security is one thing, right? He was literally running like he was about to throw the ball.
Yeah.
When he's
10
yards
well past the line of scrimmage.
What
is this?
If he had secured the ball properly, there was no way that was going to be a fumble.
Yeah.
Instead, he ended up gifting the Broncos a field goal going into half.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that alone kind of sums up the game right there.
Mm-hmm.
Is the Bills do something right, and then they fold because they just turn the ball over.
Yeah. I feel like considering their receiver room this year, this was a pretty well-played game on the whole by the Bills. It's just, like you said, the turnovers.
But also, cue the Brandon Cooks clip. I mean, look, the Brandon Cooks clip, with this, it goes either way. You said that, right? But I think it was the correct call made by the officials.
I think so, yeah.
I think Brandon Cooks did not survive the ground and was still juggling it a little bit as he was hitting the ground, and hence why the call was made as either an interception or a fumble, whichever one.
Yeah.
But still, I think the point still stands. I think that play was still considered the right call.
Yeah, I'm not mad about that play. That was well played by the defense. Honestly, it was just Josh Allen's fumbles that made me mad.
Yeah, and along with that, though, on the point of reffing, the first PI call in overtime, I think that was a bit bogus.
It was a bit bogus. The second one was kind of
The second
valid,
one was definitely warranted, but the first one was definitely soft and bogus.
Cue that clip, too.
And, I mean, really, the first one doesn't happen. The second one probably also doesn't happen because you don't have that chance to take.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't agree with that. But still, the Broncos got where they got because the defense played outstanding.
Mm-hmm.
For the Broncos, yeah, it does suck when your QB1 breaks his ankle on the third to last play of the game.
Yeah.
In the AFC divisional game.
Honestly, I think at that point, in that point of the game, they shouldn't be risking it. Shouldn't be running QB draws like that.
I don't think I'm blaming them for running the QB draw. Instead, my thing is it's better actually to run the QB draw because you trust your QB with the ball more than anybody else, and he knows ball security. But really, when it comes that late in the game, I mean, take your chances with the further field goal, I would say. I mean, especially when you're at the 1 or when you're close to.
I think they were at the 40 when that happened, so it was before the PI call. So
my question is that how did he still nail that? I feel like he would have felt that before he knelt.
Yeah, it was crazy. I guess the adrenaline or something, but yeah, they shouldn't. I don't agree with the play call, and especially when it's Bo Nix. If it's Josh Allen, maybe, but I don't agree with the play call. It's a really tough loss for the Broncos. I thought they'd be winning the Super Bowl for sure.
Now, they still have a shot because they have a Nick Foles moment in them, maybe. Jarrett Stidham. Is he going to be the Broncos' Nick Foles?
Nope. Not happening. He hasn't thrown a pass since 2023, bro. It's not happening.
I mean, hey, anything's possible. Right?
Anything's possible. With how
strong
strong the roster is, anything is very much possible. I mean, you can compare it to the Nick Foles play because of just how good the roster is. You compare it to that 2017 Eagles team. At what point does your QB just not matter? Same with the Seahawks. Is it really going to make that much of a difference? We'll see. It'll be interesting.
It will be interesting. I think he does have it in him. It's just, can we resurrect, a few college years? Maybe
Yeah.
49ers, Seahawks, much like today's national championship game between Miami and Indiana, this was a blowout.
We'll see about that one. But, yeah, Seahawks win 41-6.
Yeah, so for the 49ers, it was, coming eventually. I mean, they were bound to get blown out eventually. It was just against who were they going to get blown out against.
Yeah.
They played really well to stay in the playoffs wildcard round.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give it to them.
And honestly, even in this game, given the pressure, I felt like their defense played pretty well. They held Sam Darnold. They had JSN to 2 catches, Sam Darnold to not a whole lot.
Yeah, but Sam Darnold only stepped back and threw the ball 17 times.
Yeah, it's true. But honestly, I think given how well their defense has played through all the injuries, I think it's clear that Robert Saleh needs to be a head coach again.
Yes, along with that, I think if Nick Bosa and Fred Warner are both fully healthy for this game, I think the result is very, very different because they simply got torched through the ground.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Kenneth Walker went ham on them.
Yeah.
And I think that was really the deciding factor because Sam Darnold was basically, ineffective this game because the ball was never placed in his hands that much.
Yeah.
And along with that, I mean, from the very first play, they seemed outmatched. Like Rashid Shaheed just, casually sauntered up the field for a 70-yard kickoff TD return against the special teams.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That just set the tone from the beginning. The Seattle crowd is tough.
And then the Seahawks, I mean, look, they did the expected. They found a way to get Kenneth Walker involved. Zach Charbonnet did get injured, which is unlucky for them, but...
I think it's lucky, personally. I think Zach Charbonnet's holding back their running back group, and this shows why. Kenneth Walker went crazy.
Yeah, but, I mean, they just did the expected. I think, yeah.
Yeah, honestly, I think the biggest question coming out of this matchup is when they're playing in high-pressure situations, will they be able to rely on Sam Darnold? Because even next week against the Rams, I feel like they can lean on the run enough and on the defense enough and like the home crowd too enough that they'll be able to squeeze out a win there. I think more my question is Super Bowl. They don't have the home field advantage. They don't have the weather advantage.
I think they still effectively have the home field advantage because San Fran is not that far from Seattle. As far as it would be for for most likely, I'm guessing the Patriots will win the game against the Broncos because it's Jarrett Stidham. Yeah. But still, it's still really far for both.
Yeah,
teams.
I mean, I just don't see the vibe being the same. Seahawks Stadium is just like something else. So we'll see if their defense can keep the momentum going, take the pressure off Sam Darnold.
Alrighty, next game, Texans-Patriots, or as we both have decided to dub it, Turnover Mania.
Dude, the defense is just farm turnovers the whole game. Patriots win 28-16.
All right, Texans, look, C.J. Stroud on the hot seat and going to the next season definitely should be on the hot seat, and he's not him. I mean, look, after his rookie season, we were thinking about maybe like this guy being the best QB from his draft class. I think that the Bears, Caleb Williams has a legitimate argument to be a better QB than him right now.
Well, different draft class, but
oh, is it? I thought
that was the next draft class. But honestly, I think
my bad.
Honestly, at this point, Bryce Young might have an argument.
So,
to be a better.
Okay, yeah. That's who I was thinking of. Bryce Young. I remember. I'm thinking of like the 1 and the 2. So like Caleb Williams went 1, then Jay Daniels went 2. 1-2 again. I
mean, I think this can come down to more like Dave Canales more of an offensive-minded coach, and also Bryce Young's coming around because he has Tedero McMillan and Jalen Coker, whereas C.J. Stroud was stuck without Nico Collins for this game. So it's like him having to target Christian Kirk.
We saw Charlie Kirk catch 8 receptions for 144 yards.
Yeah.
We saw
Christian Kirk.
I'm sorry. I apologize. Oh my God, Christian Kirk.
Yeah.
Cue the Stephen A. Smith clip. Cue that clip.
Target Christian Kirk every pass. Like, I mean, he's done good, but yeah, you can definitely feel Nico Collins and Tank Dell too missing. It's just not enough targets for C.J. Stroud, and also he needs to just learn to take a sack for sure.
Yeah. I mean, there's no point when you're getting chased by 3 250-pound defensive linemen to try and just chuck the ball straight up in the air.
Just throw it up for grabs. Like, why would you do that?
Like, you're in the NFL, buddy. There's going to be more Patriots people who are going to be able to catch that than your own receivers will, because their receivers are 20 feet or 20 yards back from the line of scrimmage already.
Yeah.
So there's really no point to do that. And along with that, look, the defense, I mean, credit the Texans defense. They played outstanding. It was just if their offense gave them a little bit of help, they probably would have been able to win this game.
Yeah.
The Patriots, I mean, it was a turnover-filled game for them, right? Drake May needs to learn to hold on to the football. I mean, 4 fumbles. I get it was sleeting and snowing, but nobody in the Rams game had that much difficulty with all that wind chill and the snow. I don't think he should have either.
I think, honestly, that shows how easy their schedule has been this year, that he just hasn't had to face a pass rush like that yet. And so he doesn't have any awareness in the pocket, and we haven't really noticed that until now. But that could be a problem.
Yeah, and along with that, I mean, he threw an interception, but that's really whatever. I mean, every QB throws an interception every so often.
Yeah.
But, yeah, they should really make the MVP of this game C.J. Stroud because he was playing a double agent for them.
Yeah.
And, I mean, they should also thank their receivers for catching the ball because the Bears receivers can give you a lesson on how not to catch the ball.
Yeah, cue the clip of Kayshon Boutte's touchdown. That was crazy. That was the game changer right there.
Yeah, I mean,
Anderson coming off the edge. May steps into it, takes a shot downfield, and caught for the touchdown, Kayshon Boutte. Wow.
The fact that the game was that close until that point. Like, the Texans had so many opportunities to win this game, and until that catch, they
I mean, he had one-handed with a guy right behind you, like, in the playoffs. That was a heck of a catch.
Yeah. So, honestly, I think this is not that good of a win for the Patriots. The score doesn't really indicate how close this game was. So, honestly, I would not count the Broncos out yet. I think it's definitely probably going to the Patriots, but...
Yeah, I mean, the Patriots, if they don't win against Jarrett Stidham, they're going to get crucified.
Dude,
but
that's all the schedule, bro.
Yeah, that's exactly what's going to be said. But, yeah, Bears-Rams. The Bears.
2017 Rams win.
Yeah, sorry, I forgot to let you do that. The Bears. The Cinderella story finally comes to a close. Caleb Williams in this game was either prime Aaron Rodgers or the worst QB that both of us have ever watched in our lives. The defense and the cold, I mean, they both did their jobs to an extent, but the Rams still won.
Yeah, I think I've seen a lot of comparisons between this Bears team and last year's Chiefs team, and I think they're pretty valid. Like, the Bears all year have been inching out these real, like, nail-biter one-score wins, and Caleb Williams is always just by either sheer luck or just crazy talent has been able to eke out a win. Honestly, I think that last throw was sheer luck. I mean, it was impressive that he was even able to get that much on his back foot, but that was just luck that Cole Kmet was able to get that open.
Cue that clip, but...
Explodes the blitz. Joseph!
Command in motion. Williams drifting, sprinting for space, in all kinds of trouble, put it up for next, the end zone. He got it! For the touchdown! They've done it again! Unbelievable!
But it was luck, but at the same time, I'm going to give respect to Caleb Williams for that. As much as I hated that throw as a Rams fan, my mouth was straight open after that catch. That was one heck of a throw and one heck of a poise to even just be backpedaling when you see Jared Verse, Byron Young, and Braden Fisk all coming at you.
Yeah.
To be able to just launch that thing straight up as a moon ball, crazy throw. Respect.
Yeah.
Respect due where respect should be given.
Yeah, honestly, that one I got respect for, but the question is, will they be able to carry these one-score wins into next year? I think no.
I mean,
Just given what happened this last year.
What'll be different next year is it won't be one-score wins, it'll be two-score wins.
Yeah, we'll see.
And along with that, on the last throw that Caleb Williams made to DJ, which was intended for DJ Moore, I think the fault, many people say the fault was resting on DJ Moore for not continuing with his route fully. I think the issue is actually with his throw in general because I think that was just going to go into the grass no matter where he placed it because there was 3 Rams defenders there and 1 DJ Moore. I understand our secondary is full of not so talented players at the moment, but still, I don't think that throwing the triple coverage to your wide receiver 1, whose name is DJ Moore, is a great idea.
Honestly, I don't mind the thought process there. I mean, DJ Moore is just such a huge physical guy. I think it's not a terrible idea to give him at least a chance there. It was just, honestly, DJ Moore should have put more effort to knock the ball.
But it was
out.
also a lower ball.
Yeah.
So it makes the catch really, really hard for your receiver anyways.
Yeah.
And your receiver is behind one person already, so that one person, you're expecting them not to go down to get the ball.
Yeah.
So I just don't see the thought process fully behind that. And he wasn't really like under too much pressure there. He could have been able to stand a second more and look for a better throw, but is what it is. For the Rams, the defense, again, played like it was really good or really bad for most of the game.
Yeah.
It was like Caleb Williams. And surprising, because generally what I've seen is we go up by 20 and then the defense plays soft the rest of the game.
Yeah.
But the defense really, really came up when it mattered, right? Picking off Caleb Williams 3 times, Kobe Durant had 2, Cam Curl had 1. And really, I mean, they got the ball back to the offense, who went cold for about 3 quarters, and then in the fourth quarter remembered that, we can go up and down the field because we have a run game that actually exists, and we don't actually have to throw the ball in 20-mile-an-hour winds.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Devontae Adams, sick 2 catches. One of them toe tapping it like he was in Green Bay. Another one of them in traffic, kind of like the Brandon Cooks one, except like only a 10 or 15-yard pass. Puka Nacua, does what he does, clutch catches.
A lot of drops.
Blame it on the cold and the wind.
Yeah, honestly, that's a big question coming out of this game because you're going to Seattle next. If you guys can't figure out how to catch the ball in cold weather, it's going to be a problem.
Seattle, we've played in the cold already. We played in December. So it's not like crazy cold in Seattle as it is in,
Chicago's windy, that's the thing.
Chicago is windy and it's really cold and it was snowing.
Yeah.
So, 3 things to a 77-degree Fahrenheit team is not really exactly what you expect. And Kyron Williams had a day, 2 touchdowns. So, if we can just figure out how to hold the ball, how to not fumble, and then how to play defense properly, we should be fine.
Just keep that run defense going, and I think they can take the Seahawks fine.
Now let's move to predictions. Pats, Broncos.
The safe bet is the Patriots. I'm going to take the Broncos. The Patriots they look so ugly in that game. If that's how, if that's how Drake May looks playing a defense that's actually half decent, then he's going to get killed by this Broncos defense.
I think what's going to be interesting is seeing the Diggs-Surtain matchup because we already know that's going to come, right? But I do think the Patriots probably win this because they can lean on the run game a little bit more here.
It's true.
But they're going to have to find a way to make Jarrett Stidham look very, very bad if they want to have a shot at winning this game.
Yeah.
The way the Patriots would win is simply making defensive just masterclass. Like being a defensive masterclass is what they would need.
Yeah.
Next, Rams, Seahawks.
I'm going to take the Seahawks just because that home field advantage is a huge game changer.
Yeah, give me the Rams, and I'm predicting Sam Darnold throwing 3 picks.
Yeah, no, that's a good prediction, honestly.
Next, debates. All right, so who is the best QB so far from the playoffs? So, and I'm saying out of anybody who's played, excluding Mac Jones because he only took 4 snaps.
Yeah.
Or had 4 passes or whatever.
Give me Bo Nix. And it hurts to say that because it's over now. But he's had the least mistakes combined with the most clutch performance.
Yeah, I think I agree. Bo Nix had a phenomenal performance against the Bills.
Yeah.
But I think if we look at week 1 and week 2, so we can't really evaluate Bo Nix off of week 1. I think week 1, Jordan Love had the best performance because he battled his heart out. Not much you can do when your defense decides not to do anything. But he did battle his heart out.
Yeah.
Week 2, definitely think Bo Nix had the better week.
Yeah, I think overall Bo Nix, it's just, with Jordan Love, the numbers look good, but he didn't keep it up in the second half. So I think Bo Nix is really good with timely performances and not making timely mistakes.
Agreed. Who has been the worst QB? I mean, if we were to answer this question, I'm pretty sure we can both unanimously agree it's
CJ Stroud.
Yeah.
No questions asked.
Yeah,
that was horrible.
It's definitely between him and Justin Herbert, but at least Herbert didn't throw like 5 bajillion picks in one game.
Yeah. I mean, that's more typical for Herbert, too.
Yeah, but he also took 6 sacks with one arm.
And that, too. Yeah, that, too.
You know, where do you go from there? But, yeah, I think he was warranted the way that it worked out.
Yep.
AP, the first team, second teams. Who do we think are the biggest snubs from the first team, second teams, all-pro this year?
Well, I think this is pretty obvious. I think Pat Surtain deserved first team. But I'm going to just slide this in here. The fact that Will Riker didn't get the Pro Bowl, but he got first team All-Pro is just bogus. That is crazy. I mean, I'm happy he got the first team All-Pro, but
the Pro Bowl, I don't see the Pro Bowl as really holding anything.
Yeah.
I don't see any All-Star game type stuff ever holding any meaning. It shouldn't hold any meaning because you're
All-Pro is what matters more.
Yeah, because you're just you need to be named to the All-Pro team. That's it.
Yeah.
But yes, totally agreed. I do think that was a snub. If I can find...
pull up the roster.
Yeah, if I could find the roster and it wasn't being annoying. Here, I got it.
Okay.
Yeah. So, all right.
Let's see. Okay, honestly, best pick out of this whole roster. I love CMC at all-purpose. That's his position at this point.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's basically created that position for himself.
Yeah.
That's how well he's played. Let's see. Why is Cooper DeJean and Quinion Mitchell...
I don't like Cooper DeJean in the
CBs.
Yeah.
I mean, that is the big question.
He can be second team for sure, but having him and Quinion Mitchell first team is just ridiculous.
That's just some Eagles lovers right there.
Yeah.
I mean,
PS2. Pat Surtain.
Yeah, PS2 definitely deserves, I think, over both of them.
Yeah.
And I think there's a legitimate thing for, what's his name? Dude, I just had his name. All right, well, I'll remember the name later. Kyle Hamilton, Kevin Byard, I think they're both respectable.
Yeah.
Why? Okay, no. The punter, Evans, Los Angeles Rams punter, definitely deserves this. Clutch kicks all year. Clutch kicks. That's all that matters.
Nobody on your special teams deserves the All-Pro, bro. I like the second team receivers.
Okay, see.
I think you could put George Pickens over Jamar Chase.
This makes no
make
sense.
A good argument for it.
Why is there Bijan Robinson twice? Once as the running back and once as the
I remember being annoyed
all-purpose.
at that. That is kind of annoying.
I think you should give you either have to be defined as a running back or an all-purpose. You can't be both.
Yeah, you cannot make the Pro Bowl. I think the only spot that makes sense is if Travis Hunter made it at both positions.
Yeah, okay.
But you can't be playing the exact same position and make it in both. That's just snubbing other people.
Yeah, I agreed. Oh, right, it was this guy, Devon Witherspoon, Seattle. I think he has a legitimate argument to be over Quinion Mitchell or Cooper DeJean.
I think I like Quinion Mitchell on first team, but he has to be over Cooper DeJean.
Yeah,
I like Jesse Bates on second team.
Yeah.
Brandon Aubrey's a pretty good pick for.
Yeah, I think I like most of these picks. It was just some stuff about this was
Wait, go back to the edge rushers.
Edge rusher, Brian.
Danielle Hunter making it is kind of surprising, honestly.
Yes. Did Will Anderson Jr. make it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. He made. I was gonna say, there's no way he didn't make it, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think they did a pretty decent job. It was just the Eagles' love that kind of messed it up for me personally. But last thing, coaching changes.
Got some hot ones.
Yeah. All right. So the Bills, Dolphins, Raiders, Browns, Falcons, Giants,
Keep going.
Titans, Cardinals, and Steelers. 9
That
teams
is wild.
have fired their coaches.
That's almost a quarter of the NFL.
Yeah.
Or over a quarter.
Yeah, because there's 32 teams, right?
Yeah, that is wild.
But the bigger question is, Bills, are they justified to fire Sean McDermott?
Honestly, I like it. At this point, if you've got a franchise quarterback like that, something's got to change. Now, I think there are definitely things that should have been changed first, namely receiver room and secondary. But honestly, I think that was one of many things that needed to change if they're going to make the Super Bowl. It's just when you have someone sitting in the same job for that long, it can get kind of stagnant. I think I like the move.
I hate the move because guess what? Your coach isn't determining when your player is going to fumble the ball 5 million times in the game. I mean, look, okay, with Josh Allen, I have zero regret saying this. He might be the single most overrated QB apart from Jalen Hurts right now. And CJ Stroud, apart from those two. He might be the most overrated. Because, frankly, I have no more patience with him. I've given him 7 years, right? And every year he's come up short against, Mahomes, right? This year, there's no Mahomes, there's no Allen, or there's no Lamar, and there's no Burrow. Who are you going to fold to? Well, you know what? I'm going to go out against probably one of the best defenses in the NFL, and instead of clearing my name, I'm going to go throw 2 interceptions, and then I'm going to go fumble the ball another 5 billion times. Seriously? Like, you are one of the best QBs in the NFL. Consensus, year in, year out. But every single year, you find a way to simply mud splatter your name because you can't perform in the playoffs. So I don't blame this on Sean McDermott. I think he, in fact, did the best he could have with the roster he was given. I think a lot of other coaches would have done way worse with this roster than he did. But I have no more patience with Josh Allen.
Yeah, valid take, honestly. I mean, I think there's definitely a lot of key plays that Josh Allen's messing up on, but the rest of the roster is just not where it needs to be. And honestly, I think one way or another, at this point, you have to decide, are we going to keep him for the rest of Allen's career, or are we going to start with someone else? Because you're getting to that point where now is the time to win, and I agree. This was the playoffs where he had the best shot, and it just completely fumbled. So it's time for a change of pace. One way or another, you got to commit. So honestly, I can see why they did it.
I mean, I can see why they did it too. I just think if you give the guy one more year and you go out and you get a wide receiver one who's actually decent, McDermott will make it happen. I don't think it's the Bills. I don't think it's McDermott's fault. I fully believe that it's Allen's fault.
Yeah.
But I guess we'll know next year if they win the Super Bowl or not, if I'm wrong or not. Another question is, when the rest of the AFC North has decided to clean their house, why is Zach Taylor still employed?
What?
That's a W. That's a W.
Dr. Huntley takes the knee.
Is going on in the Bengals executive board?
How much? My question is not why is he still employed. My question is actually how much did he bribe them to stay employed? Was it 100,000, 200,000, 300,000? Along those lines. Because frankly, he should have been the second coach fired after Kevin Stefanski.
Yeah, this is a mid-season fire, honestly, if you ask me. Get him out of there before Brian Daboll.
Joe Burrow is just on the sidelines watching as the Cleveland Browns and the Baltimore Ravens and the Steelers have a future to look forward to.
Mm-hmm.
Because
he's got
doesn't.
to request a trade, bro.
Burrow. I feel like Burrow and Chase are going to leave the franchise, and Zach Taylor would still be employed. He's only employed because Joe Burrow's had one good season last year, and the rest of the time they're just saying injuries, kind of screwed the season over.
Yeah.
So, for the Cincinnati Bengals, their executives, I would like to say, from every Bengals fan's heart, they want one thing, and that is a Zach Taylor replacement, which you have not given them. Please do so. That way we don't have to force you to sell the team to somebody else. Now, let's grade this. The Falcons hiring Kevin Stefanski and naming Matt Ryan the president of football.
I don't really know how I feel about Matt Ryan as president of football. Those kind of moves, he might know how to play quarterback well. That doesn't necessarily mean he knows how to hire people well. But, right off the bat, I love what he's doing already. Stefanski is a great hire. I think he'll really turn this offense around. Whether or not it involves Whether or not it involves Michael Penix, it remains to be seen, but I think he can really turn this team around.
Yeah, I mean, look, even if it requires Kirko Chains,
yeah,
I think Kevin Stefanski will get them at a minimum to the playoffs. Mm-hmm. Okay, the only teams that they have to compete with two teams now that Bryce Young finally had his redemption arc, but they have to compete with the Panthers and they have to compete with the Bucks.
The Bucks are nothing.
Well, yeah, the Bucks are nothing, especially after that late season collapse.
Yeah.
Surprising that Todd Bowles hasn't been fired yet.
Yeah, dude, I want to see that happen.
I also want to see that happen. But still, I think that the Bucks are definitely the Panthers are a less complete team than the Falcons are.
Yeah.
And the Bucks are also a less complete team defensively speaking.
Mm-hmm.
Offensively, I think the Bucks have the edge because of their wide receiver room. But the big question mark for the Falcons is, do we have the QB to make it happen? Because if they do, this is a legitimate team that we're talking about that could win the Super Bowl in the next 5 years.
Yeah. I think he has enough upside to make it happen, but more importantly, he'll get the job done when they need him to, but this defense is going to be crazy. They've had just all over the place defense to start the season, and they always get it together at the end of the year. I think they'll have a much more consistent defense under Stefanski. So honestly, I don't think the QB is going to be particularly relevant.
I think for this hiring, we'll probably both consensus give it an A.
Yeah.
All right. Giants hiring John Harbaugh.
A+. He knows how to handle a mobile quarterback already with Lamar. I mean, everyone's number one question when Lamar got drafted was, will John Harbaugh be able to adapt the scheme to handle a quarterback that's so unconventional? You know, so many people were telling him, switch to receiver. Lamar's not a quarterback and stuff like that. Meanwhile, John Harbaugh's used to having Joe Flacco out there, dropping back to pass on every play. And he passed the test with flying colors, completely restructured the playbook to fit Lamar. Now he's going to do the exact same thing with Jackson Dart. I think he's going to be perfect to keep Jackson Dart healthy and also utilize his talents to the best ability.
Yeah, I mean, look, Brian Daboll, when we look at Jackson Dart's numbers, they weren't bad. All right, and I think Brian Daboll did a pretty decent job with Jackson Dart.
Yeah.
I think Harbaugh is going to do even a better job with him. And along with that, having Dart and Scadaboo together is going to go really, really well. The main question mark is, can Harbaugh make that defense into a more physical defense, kind of like how the Baltimore defense is?
Yeah.
And also, can Harbaugh fix the offensive line issues? If he can do both of those things, I think the Giants will be in a good spot.
Yeah. I mean, he's done well handling not the best offensive lines in Baltimore as well. So.
All right. So there's a lot of possible head coaches. All right. And I have 17 written down here, of which the Baltimore Ravens have interviewed 14. Yeah. They've interviewed 14 people and they still have not found their head coach. So, who do we think is the best fit to go get the Bills' job?
Bills' job.
Right now, if you're curious, there's 17 of them, but I'll say it anyways. I have on my list Vance Joseph, Broncos defensive coordinator, Davis Webb, Broncos offensive coordinator, and then a bunch of other offensive coordinators and defensive coordinators. From a lot of other teams.
Yeah, I don't want to read through all this.
Yeah, I don't want to read through all this. Y'all got two of them, all right?
Best fit, honestly, I think that Clint Kubiak is up there.
All right, so we're saying Clint Kubiak, Seahawks offensive coordinator, to go to the Bills.
Yeah.
I can see that happening. I think that's a good idea. Definitely an upgrading QB. I think maybe there's a really high chance that Mike McDaniels gets to do the funniest thing ever and go from the Dolphins to the Bills.
That would actually be really cool.
I think Joe Brady might just get upgraded within the system itself from their offensive coordinator to the head coach.
Yeah.
I also think that there's a really, really high possibility of Raheem Morris going to the Bills and just revolutionizing them maybe. But I think Clint Kubiak is a good idea. I think it's a good idea. The Dolphins. It's a bit of a tough decision here.
Yeah, I don't know what could fix that offense.
Yeah, I don't think anybody does, is the question. I think Tua himself needs to fix that offense. I think Cliff Kingsbury might have a good little stint with them.
Yeah, Commanders.
Maybe Matt Nagy.
Matt Nagy's a top candidate for a lot of people.
So I think it's between Cliff Kingsbury and Matt Nagy, Commanders offensive coordinator and Chiefs offensive coordinator.
Yeah. I'd like to see Robert Saleh too.
Robert Saleh would be good. It's just I don't know if he can develop into a non-pick throwing machine.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think an offensive coordinator is going to have to go to Miami in order to fix Tua.
Yeah.
The Raiders, look, they already have such a good defense, right? I think it makes perfect sense that Saleh makes a jump from the 49ers to the Raiders.
The rumors I've heard a lot are, I can't remember if it was Mike McDaniels as the head coach and Brian Flores as defensive coordinator or the other way around. It might have been the other way around.
Probably the other way around.
But there's been a lot of rumors that Tom Brady's been interviewing those two, and that would just be a crazy combo because Brian Flores could, first off, he'd utilize Max Crosby really well, and he'd probably help them draft a lot of good defensive players. He's really good at selecting people who fit his scheme well, and then obviously Mike McDaniels would be great for that offense. Yeah,
that could be, if that's the rumors that are out there, I'm not going to doubt it because, Brady has his ways. But, that could totally be possible. Browns. Hey, if you're me, I'm not taking the Browns job. But, really, there's a high possibility that Jim Schwartz, the Browns defensive coordinator, just gets upgraded within the system itself from defensive coordinator to head coach. But if they're going to bring somebody from outside in, I would say...
Honestly, I like Sean McDermott.
Yeah, I was about to say, you go out and you get the Bills head coach, you poach him, and you're just trying to fix the team.
Yeah.
All right? Your one goal is, let's fix this team because we have a competent offense and we have a competent defense. Can we just mesh them well?
Yeah. They're right there. They just need a good coach, yeah.
The Titans...
I'm kind of stumped.
Nobody wants the Titans job, I don't think. But I think Chargers defensive coordinator Jesse Minter is probably who they're going to go get because if there's one thing they need, it's defense. And frankly, I don't think Vance Joseph's going to be available for them. I don't think he's going to even want to take the job in general.
Yeah.
Jesse Minter might honestly be their best chance of getting somebody good. The Cardinals. To fix, they have, again, a competent defense, but no offense. Jacoby Brissett is their right now QB1.
Honestly, I think Mike McDaniels is, if they can somehow get him, I think he's the only person who could, on this list at least, who could unlock Marvin Harrison, because that's what they need to fix their offense, honestly.
Yeah, that's totally possible. And the Steelers.
Raheem Morris wouldn't be bad.
Robert Saleh probably also wouldn't be bad.
I feel like both of those, though, they could end up in the same place with just a lot of mediocrity.
Yeah. I think Vance Joseph, Broncos defensive coordinator, would be very, very scary, especially because the Steelers don't have a bad defense. It's just their defense can't get unlocked.
Yeah, Vance Joseph, or if they can get in Brian Flores, would be good.
Yeah. And then, of course, the Ravens, who have interviewed 14 of the 17 guys on this list. For the Ravens, from day one, I've been saying go out, get Vance Joseph, or go out, get Brian Flores.
Yeah.
Consensus that I've seen from the Ravens fans in general is we want Brian Flores. So, I think it definitely is between those two guys, if it's me personally.
Yeah.
I think Brian Flores gives you just as good a chance to win as Vance Joseph does.
Yeah. I think Kyle Hamilton is a pretty similar player to Harrison Smith, and Harrison Smith is like kind of the Brian Flores of the Vikings defense. Like he kind of directs things. So I think that would be great chemistry there. I hate seeing this because I think there's just such low odds of Brian Flores staying our defensive coordinator next year, and it's kind of sad.
Thank God all of our coordinators are mid, and it's just Sean McVay.
That's where you want to be.
Yeah, because frankly, despite these guys having been interviewed, Chris Shula and Nate Skeelhaase, who none of you guys know because, frankly, the offensive coordinator of the Rams does nothing but just sit and watch.
Yeah, dude, why is Sean McVay not just the offensive play caller?
He is. That's the thing. He calls all the plays, and then I feel like the OC is just sitting there like, hey, you probably could do this. And he's probably like, nah, I got this idea instead. But yeah, I think both of our coordinators are fine to not get poached. I would love a Raheem Morris reunion because he used to be our defensive coordinator. But yeah.
Was that Super Bowl run?
I think it was, yes, I think it was, if I'm not wrong. But yeah, those are our picks for coaches. Thanks for watching. Tell your friends about us. We'll see y'all next week after the conference championships.
We'll have our Super Bowl matchup.
Also, I think consensus is here for the CFP Indiana.
Yeah.
By probably a lot.
I don't think it'll be like crazy close. I think it'll be a pretty low scoring one just because of how good Miami's defense is. But
yeah. But anyway, we'll see y'all next week. Thanks for tuning in.